In this video, we will show you how to log into your Orbcomm device. What you'll need to do is type your user ID on the line that says Enter User ID, and then your password on the Enter Password line. Tap Login. This will log you into the driver interface. To get to your hours of service, tap the area in the top right corner where it shows a clock and the time you have until your next break. Now you're logged in and ready to set your duty status. To change your duty status, tap the Duty Status box in the top right corner. The system will give you the option to set an off-duty status, sleep or berth, or on-duty status. Let's tap On Duty and then Next. From here you can select from various on-duty indicators. I'll cover what all the different indicators mean in a different lesson, but for now, let's just tap on the first on-duty indicator. Now your duty status is set to on duty, and you can go about your workday. To access your hours of service logs, tap the three lines menu in the top left of the driver dashboard. You have two options here. You can look at your hours of service as a graph or as a table. To look at your hours of service graph, tap Duty Logs Graphs. Now you can see your duty graph. You can zoom in and out by doing a two-finger pinch on the screen. To navigate between days, tap the left and right arrows above the graph. You'll also see the day and date next to the arrows. To exit the graph, tap the back arrow at the bottom of the screen. To view your hours of service in a table format, tap the three lines menu. Tap Duty Logs Table. Now you see a list of duty status changes that have been made. Scroll up and down to move between dates. We'll cover how to edit logs in a separate video. Occasionally, you'll need to make changes or add events to your logs. Tap the three lines menu. Then, tap Duty Logs Table. Tap the Add button in the top right corner. It looks like a circle with a plus sign in the middle. Use the date scroller to set the appropriate date, then press OK. Do the same thing to set the time of the event. Now you're taken to the Details screen. Make sure all the blue fields are correct. Any fields with red text require you to fill them in. In this case, you need to add a location for the event and a remark or comment. In this case, I forgot to log in, so I'll change my duty status from off duty to on duty. Tap the location field and type the location where the event happened, then tap OK. Tap the Remark field and type a reason why you're making the edit, then tap OK. In this case, let's say we forgot to log in. When everything looks like you want it, tap Accept. Now, before you finish, you have one more really important step. You have to save the edit you made. See the green floppy disk icon up in the corner? That's the Save button. Make sure you tap it so your changes get saved to your logs. Let's say you get into your cab and your timers are saying you're out of time. This can't be right since you just got in for the day. You look at your log graph, and it looks like you forgot to set an off-duty status yesterday at 7 o'clock p.m. when you finished working. So your log shows you've been on duty all night. To edit the entry, tap on the three lines menu, then tap Duty Logs Table. Locate the entry you want to edit. In this case, we have an on-duty punch but no off-duty entry. To add the off-duty entry, tap the Add button in the top right corner. Use the date scroller to set the appropriate date, then press OK. Do the same thing to set the time of the event. Change your duty status from on duty to off duty by tapping the duty line. then tapping off. The remark field is highlighted red, which means we need to add a remark. We'll tap it and type that we forgot to log off. When everything looks the way you want it to, tap Accept. Remember, you need to tap the green Save button in the top right corner to save the changes. If you forget and try to navigate away from the screen, don't worry. The system will ask you if you want to continue without saving. Tap Cancel, and then tap the green Save button. For this example, let's say you finish driving at 5 a.m., perform a 15-minute post-trip inspection, then go into the sleeper berth for 10 hours to get your reset. When you come out of the sleeper at 3:15 p.m., it still shows you on duty, and you realize you forgot to log your post-trip inspection and your sleeper berth time. To update this, you'll do two steps. You'll insert the post-trip inspection and then insert the sleeper berth time. To insert the post-trip inspection, tap the Three Lines menu and select Duty Logs Table. Tap the on-duty entry at 5 a.m. Change your duty status to Post for post-trip inspection, and then leave a remark. And tap Accept. Then to add the sleeper berth time, tap the Add button in the top right corner. Ensure the date is correct. Select 5:15 as the time you entered the sleeper berth. Change the duty status to SB for sleeper berth. Tap the remark field and leave a remark. Then tap Accept. Now your time for the day is correct. Drive time until 5 a.m., a post-trip inspection at 5 a.m., and then sleeper berth time started at 5:15 a.m. Let's go one step further and put ourselves on duty for the day. You know the drill. Tap the Add button, select the date and time, change the duty status to on duty and leave a comment. Then, as always, make sure you tap the green Save button in the top right corner to save the log entries. Sometimes you may want to log a co-driver into the system. At the top of the screen, we already have one driver logged in, named Aaron Rollins. Let's log in a co-driver. To do this, tap the Login button next to the already logged in driver's name. Type the co-driver's user ID and password, then tap Login. The co-driver, Carl Wallace, is now logged in. The co-driver can then set their duty status by tapping the Duty Status menu at the top right of the screen. You can view either person's duty status and hours of service by tapping on their name at the top. Notice how the person's name gets highlighted blue when you're looking at their information. You'll also notice that Aaron Rollins has a steering wheel icon next to his name. That indicates that he is the driver. So, if the vehicle starts moving, the drive time will be assigned to Aaron. However, to have Carl start driving, simply tap on the three dots menu at the top right corner and tap Switch Drivers. Now, Carl Wallace has a steering wheel icon next to his name, and he's the driver. You cannot switch drivers while the vehicle is moving, so make sure you do this process before starting to drive, or, if you've already started driving with the wrong driver designated, pull over safely and switch the driver designation. Let's say that Aaron wants to log out of the system. To log a driver out of the system, make sure you have the correct driver name highlighted in blue. Tap the three dots menu in the top right corner and tap Log Out. If you're in an on-duty status, the system will ask if you want to remain on duty or if you want to go off duty. Select the option that applies. You can see that Aaron's name is no longer listed at the top and the Login button is available. The co-driver has been logged out. In this video, we will review the key components on the main driver dashboard. This area shows which users are logged in. Tapping the Login button allows you to log in a co-driver. This area shows that this unit is running as an ELD, the rule set being used, and your timers. The top timer counts down and shows how much time you have until your next break. The 3 timers on the bottom are unique. Instead of counting down to 0, they count up and show how much time you have been driving, on shift, and on your overall cycle. This area shows your duty status. Tap it to change your duty status between off-duty, sleeper berth, and on-duty statuses. To return to the main dashboard, tap the back button at the bottom of the screen, or tap the back arrow at the top left corner. Below the duty status area is the automatic onboard advisor. It's like having a coach in the cab with you. If you tap the advisor, it will provide you with information about upcoming breaks, drive time, resets, and how to ensure you are in compliance with hours of service regulations. Coaching on other topics like personal conveyance and yard moves may appear if they're configured on your carrier's profile. Now, let's look at some of the functions you'll use at the top of the screen. This is a slide-out menu. It's sometimes referred to as the 3 lines menu because there are 3 lines. If you tap on it, a menu slides out. This menu gives you the ability to return to the main dashboard, view your duty logs as a graph, view your duty logs as a table or list, view any edit suggestions your carrier has sent to you, your daily summary, which is where you can certify your logs, view unidentified driving records, enter load details, perform roadside inspections, look at your profile details, review all events in your logs, and view the ELD user manual. We'll cover these functions in a separate video. Let's close the slide-out menu. Along the top of the screen, you will see the diagnostics indicator, which is the letter I in a circle. If a diagnostic event has occurred, the icon will turn orange as you can see on the screen. The malfunction indicator is the exclamation point in a triangle next to the diagnostics indicator. Though it's rare, if a malfunction occurs, the malfunction indicator will turn red as you see on the screen. If this happens, report the issue to your carrier so they can help resolve the issue. The notification indicator is the bell-shaped icon next to the malfunction indicator. When your dispatcher or carrier sends you edit suggestions or other messages, you'll see it indicated here. Finally, tapping on the 3 dots in the right corner allows you to refresh the system, log in a co-driver, or log out. The advisor tile on the home screen gives live advice on how to best optimize your available hours. It calculates the maximum driving time and indicates how long your break needs to be to satisfy hours of service. If you're currently on a break, it counts down all relevant break time counters, letting you know when you've met your break requirement. When you tap on Advisor, it will show you the details screen that shows you the information about breaks, remaining drive time, daily and cycle resets, sleeper berth, and pickup hours. Refer to the advisor often for up-to-date information on how to stay compliant with hours of service. As a note, if the vehicle's moving, the advisor details screen is not accessible. Under the ELD mandate, drivers have full responsibility for their logs, and motor carriers cannot make changes directly to drivers' logs. Rather, carriers can suggest edits, and drivers can either accept or reject the edit suggestions. When you receive an edit suggestion from your carrier, the bell icon in the top right of the driver dashboard will indicate you have a notification. Tap on the bell to see the notifications. From here, you can tap on pending log edits and be taken to the motor carrier edit screen. You can also get to the motor carrier edit screen by tapping the 3 lines menu and tapping motor carrier edits. Once you're on this screen, tap the edit suggestion to see more detail. The edit suggestion will show the original entry, the suggested edit, and give you the option to accept or reject the edit suggestion. If you tap accept, it will be changed automatically in your logs. If you tap reject, the edit suggestion is rejected and your log remains unchanged. Certifying your logs is easy, and there are a couple different ways to access and certify your logs. First, when you log into the tablet, the system will notify you that you have logs that need to be certified. Simply tap on the Log Certification Required link, and you will be taken to the Daily Summary screen, where you can certify your logs. On this screen, you'll see a list of logs for each day. Certified days have a green check mark, and uncertified days have a red exclamation icon. All you have to do is tap the red icon for the date you want to certify, and tap Agree. The red icon changes to green, and the day is marked as certified. If you'd like to review a day's log before certifying it, tap Not Ready. If you tap on the blue day link, you get a quick view of the load details for that day. If you want more details, tap the three lines menu, then select either Duty Logs Graph or Duty Logs Table to review the logs further. Another way to access the Daily Summary screen to certify your logs is to tap the three lines menu, then tap Daily Summary. This takes you to the same Daily Summary screen where you can certify your logs. Last, if you're logging out of the system and have uncertified logs, the system will prompt you to review and certify logs. In this case, I'll tap the three dots menu and tap Log Out. A window pops up asking me to review and certify my logs. I can either continue logging out or tap Review Logs, which will take me to the Daily Summary screen. All of these different options exist for your convenience, so feel free to pick the one that works for you.